Hey, group, back, and holy cow, it has been an eventful week, as we can all say, and a lot of things going on. Work, whew, I got a lot of work going on, and that is why I did not get a video out this week. I still have the darn fan sitting right here in my office. I haven't had a chance to put that in. I did run outside and change the oil in my wife's blueberry Ford Edge and got that done lickety split. No tools as always, so I got that changed up and I went around and grabbed some oil later out in the garage. I happened to have at least 6 quarts of Mobil 1, so I did another Mobil 1. And the point is, folks, I got a lot of oil that hangs around from all my testing, and I'm just cleaning up, okay? No sense in letting it go to waste and just sitting around. So I went ahead and did that. So I got the oil change out of the way and took care of that. But I do have new members, right? And of course the group loves new members because we got all these new questions that come up and we all learn something from every one of them because, hey, it might have been something we didn't run across before. So let's read some of these names off and let these newbies know that they're welcome, and of course how much we truly appreciate them and everything they're doing. And let's see, we got David, we got Masab, Jose, Patty, William, Greg, George, Karen, or Catherine, I'm sorry, Anthony, Ryan, Lewis, Tammy, Eduardo, Nick, Michael, Jeremy, Richard, Shane, Brian, Richard, Sean, Brian again, Mohammed, and John. All welcome into the MACTFORDEDGE group, and all you Edge MKX owners and operators of your beautiful Ford Edge Lincoln MKX. So glad to have you all here, and of course join in. And you're like, okay, Bill, let's move on to the neat stuff. We got a lot of different things going on in the group this week, and we'll do a little bit of a recap. And right now we got Glow. He can't figure out where his Ford emblem went on the front of his car. It just disappeared. Hey, lost and found, folks. Might want to go look for that. Unfortunately, Glow, the only way you're going to change that bad boy out is by pulling the whole front clip off so you can remove that and replace it. Yeah, they don't make it easy, do they? So look forward to seeing that one. And I'm going to be doing the same thing on my Edge too because of the accident. So I will be getting that done, and I will end up, I will let you know my accident. You know, whatever reason, Esurance isn't playing, you know, very well. Conversations didn't go well, and I'm going through my insurance. They did state that they are going to pay, but it's hokey. Dealing with insurance is strange. So I will get it taken care of through mine, and then of course they got some sort of word they use to decide who's going to pay what. But anyway, I know my insurance will get it taken care of. I'll get the rental car, and we'll get Lou back to good working condition. And I have discussed a bit with my wife. I may get her the rental car, and I may drive Blueberry for about a week. So yeah, I think we need to get her legs stretched to get her out on there. So we're going to go ahead and probably do that. So that'll be a good week's worth of work for a car that just sits around and idles. I might work a few bugs out. But anyway, what else we got? We got a lot of folks introducing themselves, as we do always. We had Adam wanted to know who does what. And I will tell you, we have a wide variety of folks with very good skills, talents, and of course what they do for their jobs, retired, everything else. And I'm just amazed at the variety of people we have in the group. I mean, everything. And every one of you contribute to this world and in your own way, and we all appreciate everything you do. And of course that makes what everything does. And we all drive Edges and Lincoln MKXs to get to those jobs. So that's another good thing too. Let's see what else we got here. Saddam, he's finally got his windshield replaced. Just got the notice. He is now 100% on the windshield. He can see clearly now. The cracks are gone. I'm not going to sing anymore. Okay. Philip Costa. You are just, you're just freaking me out, man. Get that thing off your car. Oh my gosh, what is that? I'd be afraid to, like, crawl up into the car and just start, I don't know, start doing something weird. You got to get rid of that. That thing just freaking me out. You know, this Halloween and all this other stuff, but to have that glob just sitting there, what's it waiting for? I'm not going to look at that picture anymore. You guys look at the picture. Tell me what you think. I'll add this picture to my YouTube video so y'all can see what I'm talking about. But if that don't creep you out, if it's in your car, then there's something wrong with you. If you're working on your car, crawling under, see that glob sitting there staring at you, it looks like it's got like bones in it or something. I don't know. Yeah, that's enough of that. I'm gonna have nightmares tonight. Oh, let's see. We got Benjamin. Benjamin. I see what you're dealing with. There's one sure thing that every Ford Edge will have to deal with, and will be the ultimate demise of every Ford Edge, and that is rust. You're not going to get away from it. The rear wheel wells, yeah, I had tongue twister. This is very common for them to bubble out in those areas. You could do body work to get it removed. That's the only real way I know you're going to get it done. If you do have a newer Edge and don't want to deal with this, they do have undercoatings and sprays and everything else. You could probably go get that done, and that will prevent this from happening as soon. You're never going to stop rust, folks. It's going to happen unless you live someplace where there's no salt, and water and oxygen. Yeah, you're going to get rust. Okay, so that's just a fact of life that you're going to have to deal with there. I deal with it all the time, and you see in my videos there's rust everywhere, and it's just, it's what's going to kill the car eventually. So you just got to deal with it. Let's see, gas is apparently dropping in Canada slightly. I don't know that we'd all want to spend, what is it, $4.50 a gallon? Holy cow. You guys, man, you got some expensive gas up there. And what else do we have here? Everybody's changing the seasons now, and I don't know, Steven's already got his Christmas lights up, and we ain't even got through, Halloween yet? Unless that's one way to scare the kids to being naughty or nice, I don't know. But anyway, it does look like a good job for Christmas tree lights. But I think he's slightly ahead of me. But if I lived in Canada and I knew it was going to get really, really cold and snowy, I'd put them up early too. Who wants to go out there when it's freezing? Anyway, John, he's got his Edge back, sparkly and new. I hope mine looks the same when I get it back. But that's what we're going to be talking about here shortly, is about accidents, insurance, and warranties. Yes, I'm sure that is something that's going to catch everybody's attention. Mitchell back, my buddy. Yes, he is back with his Lincoln MKX, changing the plugs, and of course attacking a lot of other sundry items to get maintenance done. And of course that's what it's all about on this group, is getting that maintenance going. And of course he's changing them plugs along with a whole laundry list of other things on that MKX. I don't know if y'all knew, following him along, a while back, he did a full transmission change and everything else on his Edge, PTU, all that stuff. And, it was quite an endeavor, quite a project to do that. He did it all himself in his garage, and, kudos to that. Let's see. We got more work on the Ford Taurus with Volney. He's working on things there, and getting updates from him about how he's progressing on that. Let's see. Got new member Masab. He posted a picture of some lights on the dash. No explanation to it, but okay. We'll just cover that. It looks like it's just kilometers as far as the the actual number of kilometers he's driven. Let's see. Right half shaft has grease on it seeping out of the boot where the clamp is. 2-year-old axle for Michael Anthony. Michael, what are you doing with that thing? Racing it? Holy cow. Yeah, from the picture I see, it's seeping. I'm not so sure that there's much else I can tell you from these pictures there, Michael. But you got a seepage. I don't see that it's a leak. It is all wet. Most people, there's a difference between a leak. To me, a leak is something dripping. Okay, seepage is just something that gradually envelops and covers something, but never drips on the ground. That's seepage. So, me. I like to do maintenance, but I like to delay it if I can too. And if I got seal that's seeping, I'm gonna let it seep because it's not costing me money to seep. When it's leaking out and then I got to keep dumping something in to replenish it, then at a certain point you got to make your decision. When do I fix this? Okay, because if you got leaking oil and you use a half a quart of oil through leaks for loss, and then it's going to cost you $2,000 to fix it. How much is that oil costing you? And what kind of damage and all this stuff. But in reality, if it's a leaking seal, an oil pan seal, half a quart of oil every 3,000 miles, you got to weigh, where do I spend my money, folks? My 2008 seeped and it leaked a little, but I never fixed it. I kept driving it for hundreds of thousands of miles, and it kept leaking and seeping, but it never got worse. So, you got to weigh in what kind of money do you want to spend on it. And if you're OCD on an oil leak, then you'll probably fix it, just because it drives you nuts. And for me, a drip on the ground ain't necessarily the end all of my world. So I carry on that way. But everybody's different, and I understand that. Let's see what else we got here. Oh boy, we got some controls information from Victor on how to keep your radio from blasting your ears out if it was really high when you turned it off. So he posted a little bit of info on that for like the Ford Fiesta or something like that, or Focus. So you can learn about that if you got that to help keep blasting your ears out. And as we all learned on the wheels, you can go forwards, but you can't go backwards. That's right. The wheel hubs are different diameters. The hubs on the newer Ford Edge 1.5 generation are smaller than the hubs on the first gen. So therefore, you cannot take a 1.5 gen and put it on the first gen because it's too small. You have to mill it out, and by that time you might as well just buy new aftermarket wheels for that matter, unless you want to find somebody who can mill those things out for you. And of course get them to fit. Spacers, adapters, I don't like those. I'd rather it just fit. So weigh your own on that, but little tidbits of information you always get out of this group to help you make good decisions. And let's see, we got Sync 2 and Sync 3 upgrades. It does cost money, folks, and different things. There's limitations. Ford didn't necessarily make their proprietary system, backwards type compatible and all this other stuff. So you can thank BlackBerry for that. You guys did know BlackBerry wrote the program for the sync system, right? Yeah. Who has a BlackBerry yet? Well, companies grow. Let's hope they came out ahead on the deal. But either way, yeah, a little tidbit there for you too. All this trivia, that's pretty cool stuff. But anyway, we got a lot of new members posting their edges up on here. I don't see an MKX in the recently added members. And then I posted the right-hand turbocharger and the 2.7, a PDF document on that, and we'll cover that here shortly. Jay, he's my gosh, he's got himself a project with that Barbie Mustang there, and it looks like a hot rod. Yeah, the kids are gonna love that thing, doing sliding spins and everything else. It's gonna be a pretty cool deal. Man, I wish he was my dad when I was little. Holy cow, he'd get all spun up on that one. But anyway, he's got that going, and his kids appear to be loving him. So you always get the payback, right? Yeah, got to make the kids happy, and that's really what it's all about. So we're going to make sure we get that done. Rangoon, he's got pictures of his edge out there. Check out his nice edge that he's got out there in Cameroon. And, of course, the edge is worldwide, so we like to see pictures all over the place. Let's see, we got sensors. I didn't quite understand what sensor this was. I didn't delve into it too deep. That Rashadi posted up. I'm sorry, I was just too busy. I couldn't read up on it. But he got some good links towards some parts and everything to help him out with those sensors to find those. But let's see, we also had Muhammad asking about the disassembly of the keypad on his Fusion, and it is probably the same keypad setup that they have on the Edge and MKX and everything. And you just pry it out with a pry tool, preferably plastic, and it should pop out. Be careful of the clips back there, and of course you should be able to just pop it right out. It's a simple thing. I made a video on it, I think. So it's pretty simple to pop that out of there. But don't use a metal screwdriver to scratch your paint. Be gentle with it. Plastic pry tools, and you will be fine. Let's see. Somebody posted something here. Frank Marsh posted that they have some sort of thing in Car and Driver, I think, about putting tiny turbos for each cylinder. Holy cow. You know, we already got twin scroll turbos and all this other stuff. Twin turbos. Do we really want to have one turbo for every cylinder? Imagine the cost. Imagine the maintenance. Holy cow. And is it like anything else? If one turbo goes out, do you replace all 6? Gosh, think about that. And then how much those little boogers cost? You know, I'm still holding off on the turbo thing, folks. Naturally aspirated is still where I'm hanging out, but that may change. That may change in the future. So we'll see. We'll wait and see. It's always a new year, right? Let's see what else we got. Got a ride from Osama. He's got a problem with acceleration in first gear. Not being able there to drive it, I can't tell you, but I can tell you that torque steer is prevalent with the front wheel drive Edge and MKX. So if you're getting a little bit out of it when you're accelerating hard, I'm going to tell you, you know, for the most part, it's going to feel, you know, a little wobbly because you're trying to keep a hold of it, but that is the initial torque steer when you floor it, okay? You're not going to get away from that. It has down, you know, it's down to the drive shafts and how they catch, and the right front wheel is always the one that's going to be the one pulling harder. So, you know, counteract it, the left front, you know, it's an all equalization thing, and under a normal production car that is not, you know, a sports car, I doubt Ford put a whole lot of effort into making sure that torque steer was, you know, gone completely. So you're going to feel that, and it, you know, to me that's what it is. I haven't driven your car, I don't know, but torque steer is one complaint that is given. So go from there. Let's see, Kevin, he's changing the fluid out, and of course, you know, learning the difference between PTU and RDU. So make sure you get the right fluid in the right gearbox, right? Make sure you double check that before you start dumping something in. I hate for you to destroy your PTU by dumping gear lube for an RDU in there. You don't want to do that either. Puddle lights making a comeback. Yes, folks did hit the puddle light thing and are trying to redo it. And yeah, they're getting cheaper in a lot of ways. And of course, I did a video on how to make your own LED puddle lights from your existing ones for $6. You know, if you got a Dremel tool or a knife or something to cut those lenses off, you can just pull the bulb out and put an LED bulb in, and bang, you got LED light, puddle lights for $6. So, and that's for both of them. So, you know, you can do that, or you can go out and buy them and spend more money for the LED ones. But I've proven, I think one of our members is still using them. They'll have to chime in here and let us know if they're still working. Did I do a good job putting them together? I guess that's the question. So, you know, that as far as that goes, you know, we'll see. Maybe they'll chime in and let me know. I did send them to them, so, you know, we'll see if they're still working. And the videos for all that I did are posted in that. What else do we have here? We had Daya. He ended up having to tear his dash apart to get to the condenser, the evaporator there, rather. Apparently it failed, started leaking at the connection, so they pulled the whole dash. So if you want to see what the Ford Edge dash looks like with it removed, then this is going to shock you, and you're going to see what it's all about. It is not for the faint of heart. There's a lot of nuts, bolts, and screws and everything else. Wiring connectors, everything that goes into this. This is not a job for the faint of heart. If you're meticulous, you probably can do it. But, you know, this is what you got to do to get to that thing, to replace it. So as far as your AC goes. So, yeah, you can see why people want to take it to the garage to get it done, because that's an endeavor. That is an endeavor to get that done. I'd rather work on 2 transmissions. You guys know I hate working on transmissions. I'd do that before I'd tear my dash apart. Of course, would I tear the dash apart? Yeah, I probably would. You know, I'm the type that dives in head first, and even though it's 6 inches of water, I'm going to dive in anyway. You got to figure it out, right? You can only hope it's 6 feet deep then at that point, or 12 or whatever. But you just dive in. Big deep breath, right? Then you go. You just do it, you know, and come heck or high water, you know, you just do it. Anyway, we got a lot of different folks doing things, posting some funny stuff, a lot of different maintenance items. Yes, I'm going to say, I don't know, you guys could disagree with me, agree with me. I'm going to say that the members in the MACTFORDEDGE Facebook group probably have the highest mileage, best maintained, best running Ford Edge Lincoln MKXs of all other Ford Edge Lincoln MKX owners. You guys, I mean, look at the miles, look at the maintenance, and look what y'all doing. We got to be ahead of the group. I bet you anything, if we did a poll, we'd find out we're a cut above everybody else that owns a Ford Edge or Lincoln MKX that is not involved in this group. I mean, we talk about it so much. I know that we're doing it. I see it all the time. Yeah, and we probably have less costs and maintenance in that aspect. So, you know, we're doing good, I think. And, of course, that's quite proven by a lot of facts that, you know, we're just having a good time. But other than that, we got a lot of different folks posting there, break questions, teaching a teenage son to drive. That's Kevin. I got to teach my teenage daughter to drive eventually, and I'm not looking forward to it either, because they're going to slam the brakes on. I'll probably have to put a phone book and put my daughter all the way up, because she's like, not even 5 foot tall, and I'm going to put blocks on the pedals or something for her to reach them. Hey, I'm not looking forward to that. You know, maybe I'll post something later. We'll see what it's all like when I do eventually teach her how to drive. And you hear me screaming. Yes, I will probably then scream. SCT tuners and everything else, I guess they're up on there. They're having good luck with them. So if you want to get more horsepower, get a hold of SCT, and they will hook you up with something. Yes, I think Torrey McPhail, I think is his name. You just message him in this group, and he will get you set straight. Ryan has posted, he broke off the nut for his drain on his radiator, and he went to AutoZone and bought an aftermarket one, and it does work. So if you do get a little ambitious on that, I don't know how you break that thing off, but apparently it breaks off, and I've never broke mine yet. Do they get brittle when they get hot? You betcha. So they're plastic. Eventually they'll break. That's all there is to it. So I'm just lucky so far, but you know, maybe I'll buy one and keep it in my glove box or something, because one day I'm going to break that thing. I just know it. You know, I'm like a bull in a china closet sometimes. But anyway, we got a lot of things going on in the group. I think I covered that enough, and I do want to cover the little bit on this turbo. Yes, repair time, tool time, right? We're going to talk about Turbocharge right-hand turbo on the 20,015 plus 2.7. And we find that engine on what edge? Yes, we find that on the Sport. And of course, this document that I do have here is 20 pages long, and you can find this repair document. It is available for download and use on MACTFORDEDGE, and it will cover everything you need to do. And I will tell you what, folks, be ready to start wrenching, okay? It's not hard, but be ready to start wrenching, okay? You're going to have to remove a lot of cover shields and go through it, and I'm just gonna give you a quick overview of what this thing's covering, and then of course I will post that up and into the YouTube video, a few snapshots here and there of what you're doing. But just keep in mind that you got to remove the main plates underneath to get access to some of the parts that you need to get to. So you're gonna have to remove those skid plates down there. And of course, you're going to have to end up draining the cooling system. Yes, so that bucket's ready. You're going to have to drain that coolant. And then, of course, you're going to start then by removing the oil supply tube bolts and everything else that go to the turbo and getting those things removed. Then once you start going through that, you want to make sure that you have, of course, gaskets. Now I'm going to go over this. This is not a job that you just start tearing into and then say, you know, what do I need to do? You need to read this document, because there are a lot of gaskets and even some bolts that you may have to go out and buy, because nearly every step of the process says discard the gaskets, the O-rings, discard them and put new ones on. Okay, so as you're going through this process, you need to sit down, go through it, read it, and see what O-rings you need to buy. Buy all this stuff ahead of time. You're going to need it. You don't want to reuse this stuff, because if you get a leak, and then you can damage your engine. So, you know, that's the warning they're saying. So you got to pay attention to what you're doing and go through that. But you, of course, remove the turbocharger coolant return tube bolts and the tube and everything on that. You got to remove that and discard the O-rings on that. And the clamps for the wastegate control hose, you got to take and remove that. And then other things that you're going to be doing, let's see, what is it? Turbocharger tube. You got to remove and discard the turbocharger oil return tube, engine block gasket, more O-rings and gaskets you're doing. And then of course the coolant supply tube bolt, you got to make sure you get that off of there and remove that. So I said you're going to be wrenching a lot of stuff. Then you got to remove the turbo. Yes, once you get to all that other stuff, then you remove the turbo and any other items that you may have to remove. And then of course you remove those nuts off of there. You may have to remove the studs too. And then more gaskets will be removed as you discard that. You got the turbocharger mounting studs may need to be removed also in the process, so they note those. And those take special tools to remove those too, folks. So you're going to have to also line up the special tool, because I know I don't have that tool. So you're going to have to go out and buy those special tools in order to remove those studs, because they're stars, but they're reversed. Okay? They're the Torx, but they're reversed. So you're going to have a reverse Torx set in order to remove these. And hope they're not stuck. Holy cow. But anyway, you're going to go ahead and do that. Make sure you get all the mating surfaces cleaned, and of course get all your new gaskets and everything assembled up. Start reassembling everything. Put your new gaskets on there and all your new O-rings, and then of course you're going to ultimately end up going through doing the reverse of the process, and then you of course be changing your oil, changing your coolant, and going from a fresh start. Yes, I would recommend changing the oil too, because if you're going to go through all this work, you might as well start out with clean oil in the process. But again, 20 pages of work and then a reassembly of the process. So the first 7 or 10 pages are how to take it apart, and the next 10 pages are how to put it all back together again. But you will find this document in there for the 2015 Plus 2.7 Turbo, and of course you can go back all through there and learn. But I will strongly advise, pre-purchase all the gaskets and O-rings and coolant and oil and everything, and the special tool for those Torx sockets that you're going to need in order to get those Torx heads off of there, those studs. So you're going to have to plan ahead on this one, folks. This is not one where you just go in with a crescent wrench and hope for the best. There's more to it. So prior planning is needed for this thing. So if you want more information, sit down, download it, and of course the only way you're going to get to this document is by joining MACTFORDEDGE on Facebook. So remember that. If you want to get it, you're going to have to join the group to get this document, and of course you might find it quite beneficial in that aspect. Now, the other thing that we are going to talk about, yes, okay, subject for the day is, what happens to my extended or factory warranty when my car gets in an accident? A lot of things could happen, okay? I'm currently undergoing this. I don't have a warranty, 215,000 miles on my Edge, but we're going to suppose you have a warranty. Say you bought a brand new Edge or a CPO, okay, certified program vehicle, and it's got a warranty on it when you buy it. Now you're driving down the road, tooling, minding your own business, and kapooey, you get nailed, right? Hopefully not injured, but you got a wrecked Edge on your hands. So you go to get things fixed. Now there's a lot of scenarios that go in building up to this. One, thankfully my insurance, when I wreck, get my car gets wrecked, like right now, the body shop that is doing the work for me is a Ford body shop. Okay? That should really be the first thought in your mind. Ask your insurance company, can I take it to a Ford body shop? Why not hedge your bets, right? Because if you took your Edge to Joe's body shop, not affiliated with anybody, and something don't work, you're muddy in the waters. But if it's a Ford body shop, if the dealership you have has their own body shop, it would stand a translation that, hey, we can slide on over to Ford on this one and do it. But here's the thing. You get in a wreck and they fix the car. Now, hopefully they use OEM parts, right? That's really what we want to do. So they use the OEM parts to repair this thing. Okay, so our Edge, MKX, getting OEM parts. Ford, Lincoln, Mercury, all that good stuff. Mercury. What am I saying? Mercury? Holy cow. Anyway, I digress. But anyway, Lincoln and Ford. So you get the parts fixed. Now, something goes wrong. Let's say you had front end damage and they fixed it, and and I don't know, I'm pulling something out of my brain here. You're driving along, you had front end damage, they repaired everything, and you pull out of the repair garage from the body shop. You make it to the first stoplight, you stop, kaplooey, water everywhere, water pump goes out. Now, is that because of the damage? of the accident, or is this a warranty deal? Okay, because we're pretending we're under warranty on this. Here's the thing. I had a car I bought, was in a wreck, took it to the body shop, picked it up, drove to the first stoplight up the hill from the body shop, and my car died. Was not the problem of the body shop. Okay? And here's where it got sweet. Yes. In the manufacturer of the car says it's not our problem either. Yeah, I ended up paying for it. Okay? Yeah, I didn't have a warranty for it, and I couldn't relate it to the accident. You see? Because it was running all the way up until the point I drove out of their parking lot, and then it died. Yeah, then it was my nickel. You know, and unfortunately for me, that was the deal. But when we go back to the body parts, okay, in this water pump. Now, here's the thing. If the body shop says that it wasn't, then you take it to Ford. Ford says, you know, is it under warranty? And the thing is, they got to be able to contribute it to the damage. And if so, then, of course, the insurance and everything, it can get really tricky. Because if Ford says no, it's because it was damaged from the accident, and the insurance company says no, it wasn't because it was working, it's under warranty, then you're stuck in the middle. That could be a scenario. But I think in most cases, you know, when you do the body work, they're pretty good, because I did take my edges into the body shop, and at least the body shop I work at that's part of a Ford garage, they inspect it. So when they inspected my edge, they had a laundry list of other things that they found that they couldn't contribute to the accident. Okay, and in a way that's a service that you might want, because, you know, at least they're taking the time and effort to say, this is accident, this isn't. Okay, this is wear, this is whatever. So in a way it helps you, that you got a good inspection and they catch everything that, you know, might be. But then you got to get the warranty work done, right? Now, there's a lot of things that go into the warranty work. You got to, of course, go to the Ford, and you got to say, okay, the water pump wasn't damaged. The body shop, you know, like in my case, the Ford body shop says, no, the water pump wasn't an issue. So therefore, my warranty, when I go to Ford, since it was a Ford body shop, can verify to Ford that no, the water pump wasn't damaged in the accident, therefore the water pump failed for another reason, and it is under warranty to get replaced. That makes sense? Kosher, you know, as far as that goes. So, you know, you can see where all this gets, you know, complicated in who's going to pay what, because after all, we're talking money here, folks. So we're talking insurance company. Now all these parts that they put on your car, the new headlights, the new all this other stuff, now you get this edge fixed if the body shop fixed it with quality parts that are OEM, and then you get your vehicle running, and then, okay, they'll give you a warranty with these new parts. So here's the thing. You got two warranties to worry about. You got the warranty from the body shop. Yes, you got, and it's probably, in some cases, may outlast your current warranty, which is good because they warranty the work and everything. So you're running two warranties here battling each other. Yes, you know, you're doing thumb fights. Okay, who's going to pay for this? So, you know, Ford's going to say, well, it is a replacement part that was done due to the accident, so therefore, since it's under warranty with the body shop, you need to go back to them to warranty the part that was replaced. So you can see where this is going. So you're going to have to make sure you document all this and the infighting and all this other stuff that may occur in this process. Okay? So, you know, this ain't going to be easy, folks. I'm going to tell you straight up. Once you start getting two warranties of an accident and a body shop working with a Ford warranty, you're going to have to decide whose fault is what. And it's going to get more difficult. I'm not going to lie to you on that one. It is going to be more difficult. And if Ford deems that it as relationship to the accident, then they're not going to want to cover it, and then you're at the mercy of the body shop. And again, if you get a Ford body shop to do it at a Ford dealership, now you can't have one calling the other one names because it's the same dealership. So now they're fighting, right? Well, they're going to have to come up with a way to satisfy the customer because, you know, it's their new parts they put in and it's their warranty over here. Somebody's going to do something, okay? So, whereas if you went to Joe's body shop, I go to Joe. And Joe's going to, you know, Joe doesn't want to work on your car twice. It's going to cost him money, okay? So Joe's going to say, that's a warranty issue. That ain't part of our deal, okay? So, you know, pick your body shop smartly is all I can say, and be ready to have the fight because it may be that way. But other things that could void your warranty, using your vehicle for a purpose. You know, yeah, what purpose you say? Well, okay, let's say you guys got these 2.7s. Yes, we talked about those. And let's say that you take your 2.7 out to the drag strip. Yes, technically, they can void your warranty on that. You might have bought a brand new one, but if you're out there chipping it and taking it to a drag strip and doing that, you better read your warranty, okay? Yeah, you're sucking up a lot of responsibility on this. Just like towing, folks, read your warranty. If your Ford Edge is not equipped with towing, such as the extra capacity transmission cooler, the radiator, and all this other stuff, they can contribute damage or premature wear due to your towing and not installing the appropriate outfitted parts. You could be out warranty too, okay? Because if you throw a trailer hitch on it, say, well, I threw a trailer hitch on it, but you didn't throw a transmission cooler on it, you know, that's warranty by Ford. You know, in other words, they didn't install all this extra stuff to help you with it, then you could technically void your warranty on this. Okay, you know, so you hope you got a good relationship with your dealer. You know, there was a case back in the diesels with Ford for the turbo diesels. People were chipping their turbo diesels, and they were increasing the boost and blowing their turbo diesels up. Ford responded by voiding the turbo diesel warranties for anybody that chipped. So, you know, tuners, beware. I'm not going to say that they'll deny it, but, you know, the last thing you want to do is give them an edge. And I don't mean that, you know, in a pun intended. But the dealer, if they determine that you're doing something to your edge that could cause premature or unwarranted wear, you know, they can deny your warranty. So you got your accident, modifications, and all this other stuff you're doing that could cause serious problems. So you want to make sure that you do that and, of course, take care of it. So, you know, a lot to think about when you have an accident. Who do I take it to get my edge fixed? Is it going to be covered? What does the body shop warranty cover? What are the parts? What's the labor coverage? All that stuff has to be taken into account. Then under the warranty, if you still have a warranty on your edge, you need to know from your dealer. So if you work with a Ford body shop, you can go across the hall and say, hey guys, I want this to be decided before we get going here. Who's going to cover what? Okay? So, of course, if it's an accident, the body shop and insurance will cover it. But your question will be, well, what if something is determined after that? That's where you need to get that gray line fixed up. So you want to make sure that you do that. But that is my information, yes, on the accident warranty issues and everything else. And, of course, now we're going to move into our next segment. And our next segment is what, folks? You're waiting for it, aren't you? Spotlight! Yes! And we have Kevin Messner here with his Ford Edge Sport. Yes! And he's got a fantastic video that you're going to enjoy watching. So I hope that you do watch it. And of course, I'll be right back. So take it away, Kevin. Let us know how this thing's running for you.
Hello, fellow MACTFORDEDGEs. I'm Kevin Messner. Figured Stephen Ashton called me out. I'll do mine now. Show it off a little bit. Here's under the hood. I love my vinyls. I got them everywhere. 6 speed. And I highly recommend this guy here. That's extra 2 to 3 horsepower. Got the monster. And I plastic dip this chrome piece, and this is why I hate plastic dip. It's already junk, so I think I'm going to vinyl wrap it at one point. There's my Monster Energy there, 6 speed. Get a little side profile view. I wanted to do like Steven too. Get a nice scenic background from here. Hello, lake. Beautiful wheels, nice side profile. I bought these recently at 6 speed. I got little grenade tire pressure caps, the orange calipers, really nice design. That's my Detroit grenade because I was born and raised in Detroit. This is one of my favorite parts. I love the little orange bling on the back. Stands out nicely. 6 speed. Looking good. One of these days I will make it sound good. Wheels. Love my edge kick plate. Lights up at night. It's awesome. Trusty dust cloth. Interior. We got a very nice stereo system. Everything's good here. I got little monster stickers on the inside too. They all light up with the ambient lighting, which is another thing I love. And I got this recently. Come on. 6 speed sticker. And, just to let you know, Super J. We got some of these. And you can't forget another perk. My BAMI, love it. And that is my 2011 Ford Edge. Sorry I'm not much of a commentator like Bill, but hope you enjoy. I highly recommend it for all that noise. I love to do some backgrounds and whatnot, so I figured if I'm making a video, I'll make it good. Sorry if the wind's really loud, I'm trying to block it. This is just one of the stops along the way. Bridge, always a good time over here in the fall or any time because you rarely see these things, but let's take a little ride through while we're here. Very nice. There's usually not a lot of traffic here, so you ain't gotta worry about it too much. I come here often for pictures, as you all know. And it's only about 10 minutes away from my house. There you have it. McGee's Mills Bridge. Okay, we'll finish this video off with my other Ford Edge. It's a 2007 base model. Just pretty much your plain Jane. Won't show you too much of the inside because it's kind of trash. I had to put my own ambient lighting, stereo system, all that good stuff into it. She's still a good beauty. Of course, the MACTFORDEDGE. And combined along with my sport. They just complement each other, I must say. Actually, my wife says that, but they do. And I'm a proud owner, love them both, and highly recommend. Thanks again, everyone.
And that was a great video, wasn't it, folks? Yes, Kevin and his Ford Edge. He took a lot of time and effort to make that, and I want you all to, of course, join into the Spotlight videos. You can download, or rather upload, those video clips to me. I'll sew them together, and I'll make the Spotlight video of your Edge. Remember, turn your phone sideways so that we can see that, and then we'll, of course, I will post it up there and make her look fancy. And of course, you all can watch that Spotlight video on your Edge Lincoln MKX. So don't be shy, get out there, just say MACT Ford Edge Group, and this is my Edge Lincoln MKX, and I'm proud of it. And I want to show you what I did to make it mine, just like Kevin did for his. And by the way, Kevin's also our music guy. Yeah, you guys know him. And of course, he's also our photographer. Yes. So it stands to reason why he made the video. But again, this is MACTFORDEDGE, and I do, of course, want to make sure all of you join MACTFORDEDGE on Facebook. Yes, I do not answer questions on YouTube. If you have a question, you have to join MACTFORDEDGE to get your questions answered. That is the way I'm doing it, because I'm trying to funnel everything in. So MACTFORDEDGE on Facebook is where you want to go. And of course, YouTube channel. This YouTube channel, watch the videos, hit the like button. I got a donation button there too if you want to help me and support this channel so I can get more equipment and more things done with making these videos, and of course the time and effort. And then last but not least, of course, my feet hit the floor and I'm having a great day. So with that being said, I'm going to have a little bit of bonus footage from what I've done in the, I don't know, whatever I've been doing. I do all sorts of things, but I do stay busy. And of course, the Band of One's going to play some accompanying music as we go to end this. And Mercy Girl, of course, she has her one-liners that she's going to toss in there at y'all. And of course, enjoy this bonus footage at the end. Have a great day, and I'll do the uncomfortable thing of hitting the finish button now.
Thank you for watching MACT's videos, and remember to like and subscribe. This is a Mercy Go production.